Hello. Fine. It was a fine day.
Nice. That's good to hear. And so, Adela, nice to see you again. What did you do over the past hour?
I with Davey in another class because you rest, no?
I actually had another class too. I had a tutoring session, so we were all in classes. Um, okay, what was your class about?
This is about sales meetings.
It was about sales.
Yes, sales meeting, no?
Okay.
David and Igor
Yes,
all
yes, yes. Sales meeting.
Nice. And so, what did you guys learn about? Anything in particular?
about
Some
products, no, etc.
some vocabulary.
Yes,
Okay, some new vocabulary. Cool. Awesome. And
customer
Igor, welcome.
service, etc. Sorry.
Okay. No, don't be
All
sorry
of,
at all.
all of them were attending this class.
Okay,
Jose,
nice.
Igor, Adela, and me.
So we're just kind
And
of
Jose.
continuing class.
We're all we're all for another round.
Nice. Perfect. So you'll enjoy each other's company once more.
Yeah.
Igor, how was your day?
My day was quite lazy. I wasn't doing anything today. Just sitting here at
Nice.
home, doing nothing.
That's not too bad. Just hanging out at home, doing nothing. Taking some
Yeah.
classes on Verbling. Good.
Yep.
And Jose, what about you? How's your day?
Fine,
The
Joshua.
rest of your day, I guess. We already
What
talked a
time
little
is
bit.
it? What time is in your country, Joshua?
It's 5 o'clock right now.
5 o'clock p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. And what time is it where you are, Jose?
Eh?
What time is it where you are?
12 p.m.
Okay. 12 p.m.
It's very late.
And Adela says it's tea time.
And you, no, 5 o'clock.
Yeah,
Tea
I
time.
guess 5 o'clock would be about tea time. Um, yeah, if only. I guess I've got coffee. It could be coffee time.
Because you
And
are in Costa Rica and the coffee is, no?
delicious. Yeah, the coffee is really good.
Yes.
John, welcome to class. John, how's it going?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, nice. Good to see you again, John. And Julieta, how about you? How's it going?
I'm doing well, thanks.
Okay. What did you do? What did you do today, Julieta?
I studied and then I went to see the Christmas market.
The Christmas market. Okay, so is the Christmas market just a market where you buy things for Christmas, like presents?
No, it's they put little shops outside in the squares, and usually you can find something unusual that they not sell in common stores.
Cool. Did you find anything good?
No.
No. All right. I guess that's okay. Maybe next time.
Yes.
All right. And John, what are you gonna do tomorrow? What are you gonna do tomorrow?
Work, and I think I will go to the bike shop to fix my bike.
Okay. What happened to your bike?
I don't know how it is called in English. Where you put your foot to
The pedal.
the pedal, yeah. It broke.
Okay. So the pedal
So,
broke. That's a
yeah.
shame. And what kind of bike do you have? Is it a road bike or is it a mountain bike?
Oh, it's a really old bike, but it's green. It's they reformed, redone, fixed, painting, and well, it's okay bike, but it's very heavy.
Okay. A really heavy old bike.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. And I think that's everybody, at least so far. Let's get started with today's class. So we're going to be talking about technology. And let's start with Adela. Can you read the title and the next few lines?
Technology. Today we will talk about what kinds of technology we use more often, what technology will be like in the future, how technology affects and will affect the future.
Perfect. Really good pronunciation. Adela, can you ask David the first question?
Discussion. What type of technology do you use most often in your daily life?
I think I can talk hours about this because I am a freak and I have all technology I can buy. All the technology I can buy. For example, I have now a smartwatch on my wrist, and I think with this you can imagine the rest of my life.
Yeah, the rest of my life. Awesome. So you've got the cutting edge technology. Nice. Maybe just the only thing I saw was the preposition for, so I can talk 4 hours about
4
this.
hours. Okay.
What's your favorite piece of technology that you own, David? What's your favorite?
I don't know. I like everything.
Okay.
I like computers. I like smartphones, tablets, smartwatches, big TVs, all kind of technology.
All kinds.
All kinds of technology.
Good. All right, nice. And Diana, welcome to class. Diana, how are you?
Fine. I have a problem with my connection, but it's okay, I think.
Okay, I'll keep my fingers crossed. So, yeah, perfect. Welcome again to class. David, can you ask Diana the next question?
Diana, if you could invent a new technology or gadget, what would you create?
It's difficult. For example, a tablet or a practical object that I can use for translate immediately without problem, and very, very small thing.
Okay. So maybe we just say a small tablet, or
For example, that I can use in my body. I don't know. For example, an implant,
yeah,
or something like that.
maybe for example, a small tablet or another practical object like an implant that I can use to translate immediately without problems. That's good. Okay, perfect. Yeah, you could also say a chip. That's good. So a
Okay.
chip implant or a chip. Good. And John would invent a belly fat to energy converter. We wouldn't use the possessive. We'd just say a belly fat. It'd be like a hyphenated word. Belly fat to energy converter. I guess that's kind of like what your metabolism is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. That's a good answer. All right, and Simone, welcome to class as well. Simone, how are you?
Hi, I'm great, thank you. And you?
Doing well, thanks for asking. Nice to see you. And Ishmael, nice to see you as well.
Hi, Joshua.
Hi. And let's have Diana. Can you ask Julieta the last question?
Okay. How do you think technology will change in the future?
will change the technology. Perhaps we will have a technology more user-friendly or more environmental friendly.
Okay. I would change the order of that. So more user-friendly technology instead of, sorry, hold on. So more user-friendly technology or something like that, or maybe more environmentally friendly technology. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I think that's good. And maybe Igor, what about you? What do you think? How will technology change?
I don't think I can make a prediction right now. It's like technology, they've been developing really rapidly
Okay.
for the last couple of years. But I think, technology would be closer integrated into our life.
Maybe.
Like maybe we will create some kind of interfaces that like you think and it happens. You don't really need to touch a piece of tech.
Nice, yeah. You think and it happens. You don't have to touch any tech. Yeah, I think that's good. Really nice. The only thing, more closely integrated into our lives.
What did I say?
You said integrated, like more. I forget what you said. More close? You didn't use closely, so we'd use the adverb. How is it integrated? It's more closely integrated.
Okay.
So just make sure you use
Thanks.
those adverbs. But yeah, nice job. Okay, and does anybody have any questions on this page? Okay, let's go to the next page and let's have Ismail. Can you read the title and the words?
Vocabulary. Technologically savvy. Innovation. Advance. Breakthrough. IT, information technology. State of the art. Gadget. Appliance.
Good. Really good pronunciation of appliance. And technologically savvy as well. You did a really great job. Okay, and does anybody have any questions about any of these words?
Yes. What is savvy?
What is savvy? What is savvy? Okay, and who can explain what savvy means?
Someone who is knowledgeable and knows a lot of things about a particular subject. In this case, this is technology.
Yeah. In this case, technology. That's exactly right. And does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions? Any other questions?
What's appliance? Is it a noun from apply?
Not quite. Appliance. Does anybody know what an appliance is?
Can be a machine.
A device?
Home appliance.
A tool.
What was it?
Kitchen appliance.
Okay, what would be an example of a kitchen appliance?
Oven.
Washing
Microwave oven. Dishwasher. Dishwasher.
That would be like a house appliance, would be a washing machine. So a kitchen appliance would be like an oven, a microwave, maybe a blender, a toaster, things like that. Those are kitchen appliances.
Water heater.
Yeah, a water heater would be like a housing appliance. Yeah, so any sort of, it's like a, kind of similar to device. Device is a little bit smaller usually, so generally a device would be a phone or a computer. An appliance is another sort of like mechanical thing that you use in everyday life. So your phone and a computer are also appliances, but yeah, so really similar. Any other questions? Okay. Let's have John. Can you use state of the art in a sentence?
Let me think. In the future, the computer processors will be in the state of art. It don't sound right.
That's okay. Computer processors will be state of the art. Yeah, and so even not in the future, so anything that's coming out right now is a state-of-the-art computer processor. So state-of-the-art is just the most advanced technology that's available in a specific, in a certain time. So in 1800, the state-of-the-art technology might have been locomotives.
Yeah, sorry. Is there any difference between state-of-the-art and cutting-edge, like cutting-edge technology?
No. Cutting edge is pretty much state-of-the-art. Same thing.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, so you could say in the future computer processors will be state-of-the-art, just because they will be, I'm sure, whenever you're making a computer processor. If it's new, it'll be state-of-the-art, probably. Okay, and maybe let's have Jose. Can you make a sentence using advance?
Advance. I have the most advanced technology in my smartphone.
Okay. This is good. That's advanced technology. It's a little bit different than unadvanced. Is like a breakthrough. And so it is advanced technology. So
Okay.
The adjective, but
the technology in the smartphones advance very quickly, very fast.
in smartphones. So that's a verb. Again, so it works. Advances very quickly. Very quickly. Maybe you could say the technology, the tech in smartphones was a huge advance over the tech in old cell phones.
Okay.
So that's just, again, using it as a noun.
We still have the outdated batteries.
Yeah, they still have outdated batteries, unfortunately.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, that's perfect. And does anybody have any questions here? Any questions?
So, if, for example, we say advances in medical science, that would mean some new things that were discovered or something like that, like state of the art.
Yeah, exactly. So advances in medical science have allowed us to cure many diseases that killed a lot of people in the past centuries. Yeah, that would be a completely valid sentence.
Thanks.
Okay, yeah, good. Any other questions?
Yes, can I have a sentence with the technologically savvy?
Yeah, who wants to make that sentence with technologically sentence? Can I get a volunteer?
Steve Jobs was a technological savvy and visionary about ET.
Okay, so he was a technologically savvy visionary. Or you could say...
And a visionary.
Okay, I think this sounds good. So he'd be a technologically savvy visionary, or
Ah, okay.
he was technologically savvy, and he was also
A
a
visionary.
visionary in the IT fields, maybe. But yeah, both of those would work. Okay. And any other questions or comments? Okay, let's practice with some other words. And let's start with Simone. Can you read the first sentence, Simone?
Sometimes simpler forms of technology are more effective than I don't know. Outdated, I don't know, solutions that can be less reliable.
Not quite. Not outdated. There's a better one.
Cutting edge.
Mm-hmm. And what would that mean?
As like a faster way to find a solution, I don't know.
Not quite. Who can paraphrase this sentence? Who can paraphrase it?
That means that sometimes, even if we have a lot of new advanced solutions, sometimes, they're new there, so that they may be unreliable in this case.
Yeah, so sometimes new advanced solutions are less reliable than maybe older ones. That even though they're old, they work really well. Perfect. Does that make sense, Simone?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And did somebody else have a question? Okay, Adela, can you try the next one?
One difficult for consumers is that if they invest in new technology, it may quickly become outdated or obsolete.
Outdate?
Outdated.
Yeah. Exactly. Good pronunciation too with everything else. And don't be sorry at all.
No.
David. David, what about the next one?
Okay. The digital native generation has a considerable advantage people from an older generation who sometimes find it difficult to adapt to new technologies.
Good. They have a considerable advantage over people. Sorry about that. That's my fault.
Over. Okay.
And Diana, what about the next one?
Not everyone, however, is equally enthusiastic about this advance. Some technophones even refuse to own of mobile phones.
Yeah, technophobes.
Technophobes? With B? Technophobes?
Yeah, technophobes.
Okay.
Can you repeat it one more time? Technophobes?
Technophobes.
Good. Advances.
Advances.
Good. And that sounds great. All right. And Julieta, what about the next one?
One example of how new technology can harm more traditional industries is the negative impact e-books are having on old-fashioned publishing.
Yeah. Okay. Good. And what about the next one, Igor?
This can be seen by how, in just 20 years, most people expect to have something, and they're disappointed if it's not problem, to have an internet connection.
Good. I almost jumped ahead of you. Good. And I think that was really good. Does anybody have any questions on this page? Okay. And let's have Ishmael. Can you read this comic?
Comics. Reading is cool.
Yeah.
There aren't any icons to click. It is a chalkboard.
Good. And Ishmael, what do you think this comic is talking about?
There aren't any icons to click. It is a chalkboard. It is about Z generation comics, I think.
It's about what?
Z generation.
What generation? The text generation?
X, Y, Z.
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 Generation Z.
Generation Z, yes.
Okay.
iPad generation.
Yeah.
The kids couldn't find any icons to click on the chalkboard, and his teacher looked with open eye at the kid.
Okay. Maybe is looking at the kid with wide eyes.
With wide eyes.
So like disbelieving. Maybe you could say in disbelief.
In disbelief.
Yeah. Does that make sense? In disbelief?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's good. That's probably what's happening. So it's talking about Generation Z. Oh, yeah, on Tuesday, Adela didn't have any electricity. Adela, can you explain what that was like?
It was the electricity was cut. We don't know what is the problem, but finish the electricity. We need to continue the class. And all people say, what? But what to do? We need to return to the chalk and board. And the students demanding about, and the image, we don't have image to imagine. You tell us is very difficult, no? I think about this, no, because we have a dependence, a total dependence about the project, the PC, the digital board, and after that, students and teachers are with a problem. It was horrible.
Yeah, so really hard experience to teach class without technology. On the bright side, I don't ever have to never have to worry about that.
Finally, 5 hours. I take the students. I go to the field because it's in the field my school to see the plants, etc. But was horrible.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like it's a headache for sure. All right, and maybe John, what do you think about the generation's reliance on technology in education? Do you think it's a good thing or maybe a bad thing? What do you think, John?
Well, I don't have an opinion about that, but I think it's kind of normal to each generation have more things than the previous generation. So I think it's normal what is happening.
Hmm?
There's no problem with kids with iPads.
Good. There's no problem with kids with iPads. And it's normal for each generation to have more things than the previous generation. Just that preposition. Yeah, but good. I think that's really great. And good. Does anybody have any questions on this page?
I have 2 questions. So, first of all, what is the word like haptic interface? Yes, when it's talking about touch, like touchpads or something like that.
It's like, what's the name of the interface?
Yeah, like haptic. I think it's haptic. Or haptic, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm probably not the most technologically savvy person that you'll ever meet. So I don't really know what the interface is called.
Okay, no problem. And the other question is, what do you call this kind of pictures? Is it caricature?
They'd be called comics, or yeah, I really don't know. They'd be called a comic. I think I couldn't think of anything else to call it.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, a comic strip, a cartoon. Maybe you could call it a cartoon. A caricature is like when you draw a famous figure and you kind of make fun of them. So it's a comic about a famous figure would be a caricature. So you kind of make them look a little bit more absurd than they actually are in real life. So
Okay,
hopefully that
thanks.
makes right, John? I'm with you on that. But good. And so I think we're good. Let's go on to the next page. And let's try this. And thanks, David. Let's have Jose, can you read this title and the paragraph?
Yes. Quotation. Read and discuss. The jobs that the robots will leave for humans will be those that require thought and knowledge. In other words, only the best educated humans will compete with machines. And education systems in the USA and much of the rest of the world are still sitting students in rows and columns, teaching them to keep quiet and memorize what is told to them, preparing them for life in a 20th century factory.
Good. Okay. I think that's really good. And can you repeat a couple of these words? The first one is thought.
Thought.
Good.
Thought.
And knowledge.
Knowledge. Knowledge.
Knowledge.
Knowledge. Compete. Compete. Compete.
And then students.
Students. Students. Students. Students. Okay.
Make sure you don't have the You don't want that. Just start with students.
Students.
Perfect.
Students. Okay.
Much better. Good. Okay. And let's have Shimon. What does this mean? What's this trying to say?
I think it's talking about some sort of competition that's gonna happen between robots and human beings, and in order to have a job in the future, humans have to think, while robots they can't think. So we have to have more educated people, high education, some sources.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll have to have more educated people. To have a job in the future, humans will have to think more because robots won't be able to. But robots will be able to do those mundane tasks that are almost without thought. I think that's good. Okay. And does anybody have any questions here? Any questions about this?
What happens when we have an artificial intelligence?
I guess then everybody will be out of a job. Maybe service industry. But yeah, it's a good question. Okay. And I guess, does anybody have any questions? Okay. And let's go on to the next one. Oh, wow. What happened there? Okay, yeah, let's go here. And let's have Simone. Can you ask Adela the first question?
Oh yes. Do you think technology will eliminate blue-collar jobs?
Maybe yes. Blue collar is normal jobs, no, in handwork, or more or less, or
Yeah.
okay.
So
I think yes, technology in a lot of business, company, etc. Has eliminate has yet eliminate the blue collar, because it's a monotonous job, it's a repetitive job. A machine can do, I think, better than a man. In the car companies, for example, Ford and same, they use robots to do something, I think.
okay, to do something.
To use in the line, to put different pieces of the cars, for example.
Yeah. So in the assembly line.
Okay, assembly line.
So yeah, they use robots in the assembly line. About the current question, it's inevitable. Okay, Igor, can you explain that a little bit?
Blue collar jobs, also I can relate to the previous slide, to the previous things, like the only kind of job that will be available when there are technology that can, do mundane tasks really great. The only jobs would be the jobs that require a lot of thinking, planning, and analyzing the information, or just information. So, and when we have tech that is good at doing something that is really easy, like a blue collar job, or maybe picking up, trash, or wiping streets, wiping, I don't know, like wiping just plates or something like that, then why do we want to pay someone for this if a machine that doesn't want to eat, doesn't need money, can do this?
I think that's a good point. Okay, good. And Adela, can you ask David the next question?
Yes, David. How else will technology shape the job market in the future?
I think that all people will have to know how to use technology, and and it's all. And I think if this is going to be true, I think we will have a problem in the future because too many people won't have a job. I think because we will need only 2 or 3 persons to think, and I don't know. I don't know what the rest are going to do.
Okay, good. We will only need 2 or 3 people, remember?
People, okay.
Plural.
Yes.
But good, I think that's great. Really good answer. Okay, and does anybody have any questions here? Any questions? Okay. And actually, let's go back here. And let's try this. And Giulietta, can you read the title and the first paragraph?
Fit Technology, New York Times excerpt. If a personal trainer is not enough to make you run faster, how about a zombie? Seek to start a game developer based in London has released the 3rd season of its app, Zombies Run, co-created by the British novelist Naomi Aldermar. The app is an audio adventure that features missions in which the runner tries to escape from a horde of the undead while picking up survival gear along the way.
Good. Okay. That sounded really good. Maybe just audio.
Audio.
Audio. Perfect. And let's have Igor. Can you read the next paragraph?
The app, which costs $3.99 at the iTunes App Store and Google Play, offers more than 200 missions, including one with the author Margaret Atwood, who is holed up in a tower and offering zombie intel.
Good. And so, Igor, what's happening here? What's this talking about? Can you explain?
So we have an app. We can download it on, if it's iTunes Store, so it's your Apple device, like iPad, iPhone, and any other kind, maybe even iPad. I don't know. So this is just a game, so what you're gonna do is try to run away from the hordes of zombies.
Yeah.
And there are some missions. I think it's all about running away from them, finding out new equipment that would help you in your endeavor.
Yeah. That will help you in your endeavor. Really good word, endeavor, etc. That was good. Awesome. I think that's exactly what it is. And so what is zombie intel? What's intel?
Intel is information about something.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
It's like
good.
I think it's short for intelligence, yes.
It is. Yeah, intelligence. Okay, good.
Joshua?
Yes.
Also, it's a processor.
Yeah.
How can we get with an game?
Excuse me?
I couldn't understand. How can we get fit by playing a game?
Okay, so this
like this, Joshua.
Who can explain how we get fit from this game? How this game would make us fit? Does anybody know? Okay. So it's something that you'd put on your iPod, or maybe something that you can listen to. So any MP3 player. And what this is just a person who's talking. And so they narrate a run where you run away from zombies. And so you actually have to run when you're listening to it. But it just makes your run a little bit more interesting because it gives you obstacles and goals and things like that, and things to pick up, things to do while you're running, listening to this story. Does that make sense, Ishmael?
Should I run physically or on the game?
No, so you physically run. So it's not necessarily a game. It's more of just something that you listen to. It's something you listen to while you run. You have to, you have to like participate in the narrative. Someone narrates what you should do while you run.
What if you fail to keep up?
I don't know, maybe you get eaten. Yeah, but that's pretty much what it is. So if you fail to keep up, you get eaten by zombies. You have to try again. But that's what it is. So it's just something to listen to. And so it's like maybe listening to stories while you go running.
Does your device really understand when you're running? Or when you're
I'm not sure.
Or just slacking?
Maybe people just slack, but I really don't know. But yeah, and so Igor, can you ask Ishmael the first question?
Do you think that technology will make us fitter, more out of shape? Or do you think people will generally stay how they are now? Explain, please.
Thanks for the please.
Well, I think that technology won't make us fitter. And it make us fatty.
Fatter.
Fatter.
Okay, why?
Because I usually sit on in front of a computer screen. I don't move. I don't spend any calorie, and if I don't move, after a while I get bored, and freezer call me. I visit my freezer and get some chocolate from my freezer and eat them. It is a death spiral in my life.
Okay. That's hilarious. That was a really good answer. If I don't move after a while, I get bored, and the freezer calls me, and I get some chocolate from my freezer and eat it. Yeah, that's a dangerous game to play, playing with chocolate in your freezer. But okay, that's good. And does anybody disagree? Does anybody think that technology will make us more fit?
I disagree.
Okay, what do you think, David?
I think that now we have TVs and DVDs, and you can stay in front of the TV all the time that you want. And technology can help you. And if you have a healthy way of life, I think technology can help you. And no necessary technology is going to convert us in a very fat people.
Into a very fat people.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe the real enemy is our refrigerators.
It could be no. For example, I like running, and with technology, I think it's easier to run, to achieve goals. You can measure your races, and you can go every day for a better time, and you can run against a ghost opponent that is you in the days before. I think technology for this, for example, is good.
Okay, good. Yeah, so there are definitely things that technology does that, inspire people to exercise more, become more active. Okay, good. I think that's a really good point. I think both of you had really good points. And, all right, does anybody have any questions on this page? Any questions? Okay. And let's go on. Let's see what else we've got here. Yeah, let's try this. And where are we? I think Jose. Jose, can you read this paragraph?
Yes. Science fiction writers like Jules Verne have always written about incredible scientific advance, like submarines and space travel, years before such things were thought possible.
Good. Okay. A couple small things. Written.
Written.
Yeah. Scientific.
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 Advances.
Advances.
And submarines.
Submarines. Submarines. Submarines.
Yeah, submarines. Good.
Submarines.
Perfect. And Jose, can you ask Simon this first question?
Okay. When you were a child, what science fiction technologies did you think you will see by 2014?
Actually, when I was a child, I wasn't thinking about technology at all because I was worried about playing with another kids on the streets, about reading my books. I am quite old, so when I was a child, I hadn't a lot of technologies. So I've never thought about that actually. I had no.
I didn't have a lot of technologies.
Yes.
Yeah, instead of saying I hadn't, I didn't have.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, but good. I think that's good. And so you played with your children, or played with other friends a lot, did things outside. All right, so you didn't really think about science fiction technologies for the future. What about you, David? What did you think you'd see by now?
I think when I was a child and I thought about the year 2000. I think that I hoped to people can fly at light speed and go to other planets and some things like that, and because 2000 for me sounded as a special date, I think, and we saw the film Space Odyssey 2001, and now everything is different.
Yeah, so we saw the film Space Odyssey 2001, but now everything is a little bit different for sure. Only a couple small things that I noticed. I hoped that people would be able to fly.
Okay.
And then it sounded like a special date. But other than that, I think that was really good. David, can you ask Julieta the next question?
Okay. Do you think that science fiction writers influence the advance in technology? Why or why not?
Yes, science fiction writers influences the advances in technology because most of technology savvy are science fiction readers.
Okay. So most technologically savvy people
Mm-hmm.
are science fiction writers. I think that's
So
good.
they can
Maybe-
try inspiration from the books.
Yeah, I think maybe instead of saying most, we could say a lot of technologically savvy people. I think the writers don't influence but predict. They make educated guesses on what tech is going to be. Nice, that's a good statement as well, Igor. I like that. Okay, and so unfortunately I do have to finish up class. I have another class right after this. If you guys want to join, I'd love to have you guys in class. But yeah, you did a really wonderful job, all of you.
Okay.
Thanks for coming in, and
Thank
yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys
Thanks,
soon.
Joshua.
Thank you.
Take
Thanks for
care.
teaching.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye, Joshua. Bye, guys.